Well, I'm going to try this, and I don't really know how well it's going to work. This whole video driving, vlogging and driving. And so you can see the back of my head for a minute while I make sure it's safe to pull out. Alright, so it is Tuesday, August 23rd, and feels like the second Monday of the week. And let's see, it's been a while since I did a video as far as my keto lifestyle. Things have been going pretty well. I got my lab results back for my yearly physical, and as one provider put it, my labs were nearly textbook perfect. So I was really happy with that. And I was actually really kind of nervous about it because, I really hated the idea of putting in 7 months of this lifestyle and then having my labs turn out like terrible. And they turned out great, so I was really happy with that. And that went well. And then, let's see what else has been going on. I've actually been kind of struggling with brain gains lately, which it's all me. It's all, I'm the lowest I've been in decades, and I think it's uncomfortable to be at this place. And I'm getting a lot of attention. People are complimenting me and, telling me I'm looking so good and I've lost so much weight, and asking questions, and it's nice, but I'm not used to being singled out for anything. And for that, I'm used to kind of being neutral and invisible and I don't know, visible, but it's definitely different having people, say stuff about your weight and that kind of thing. And you want to lose weight, and that's kind of like what you're shooting for. You're ready to make a change and feel better and look better, and then when people actually start noticing, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But for the most part, I have this head game where I had been tracking fast and furious on MyFitnessPal everything I was eating, and then it seemed to be all of a sudden every time I'd hit my limit for the day, then I would just want to eat and keep eating and blow my calories out of the water. And I don't know if there's like a mental rebellion from tracking every single thing, or if I've just hit my wall and I'm done. I mean, that's my personality. I do whatever for as long as I can, and when I'm done, I'm done. If you know me, you know when I'm done. I can't really hide whatever the situation is, whatever's going on. When I've hit my limit, I don't hide it very well, that I'm done with whatever it is. And I think with tracking my food, I'm just done. And because I kind of did a little experiment where I just decided I'm not tracking anymore. I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full and listen to my body. But I was going to continue to pay attention to the scales, and the scales started going back down because I was I was struggling really with tracking, and the scales would go up, and then I'd get really strict one day and I'd track really hard to make sure I stayed within my limits, and they'd start to go back down, and then the next day I would get really frustrated and I'd eat too much, or I'd go over on whatever, and blow all my goals out of the water, and then the scales would go back up. So I've been playing with the same, honestly I'd say about the same 3 or 4 pounds. So I'm still sitting around 201 and bouncing between 201 and 205 depending on how my days are going. So my best friend decided she wanted to try this way of life, and so her and her husband and her youngest daughter came to visit all of us this weekend, and we had a great time. And I spent a good amount of time trying to explain the keto ketogenic way of life and what to do and how to go about it. And so I thought, well, I should track again, just so, because if she's on MyFitnessPal too, then she can look at what I'm eating and kind of get an idea. And I did okay for the first day, and then like yesterday I did pretty good, and then like when I should have been done eating and I wasn't even really hungry, partly the tracking and partly the PMS, because it's that time of the month. I had a bowl of cereal. No, first I had ice cream. I had a bowl of ice cream, Rocky Road or Moose Tracks or something that we'd have left over from them visiting. And I kind of monitored how much, and I'm like, well, I went over on my carbs, but I was still below 50 carbs, so it wasn't terrible. The next thing you know, I was eating not one, but 2 bowls of Cocoa Puff cereal. And I'm not advocating anybody do that. I'm just saying there was something about tracking all my food and knowing that I'd had more than I needed, more than I should have logged into my MyFitnessPal, that kind of pushed me, I don't know, mentally over the edge, and I continued to eat too much. And so it was like, okay, today I'm gonna cut back on what I'm eating today, and I'm not tracking anymore. Eat when I'm hungry, don't when I'm not, and follow because when I had stopped tracking and just did that, just ate when I was hungry, stopped when I was satisfied, I got down to 200.4. Now that was first thing in the morning, naked of course, but that was still the closest to getting below 200 that I have gotten so far. And then that was like that was yesterday morning, and then yesterday I ate too much and got on the scales and I gained 2 pounds. And I know it's partly inflammation and bloat from the carbs and whatever, but it's super frustrating to have this, trying to get myself out of this head game. So basically, I think you need, if you're going to do this way of life, if you're going to attempt to do the ketogenic way of life, you have to really pay attention to yourself and have a conversation with yourself on a regular basis. Check in with where you're at and how you're doing mentally, physically, emotionally. How are you feeling about your lifestyle? Because you have to find a lifestyle that works for you. And 7 months of tracking gave me a solid understanding of carbs and a solid understanding of what I need to eat. But that season is over for me, at least at this point. That doesn't say that there might not come a point where I'm ready to track again if I start having problems or start getting lazy, or stop listening to my body and eating more than I should, or stuffing myself or whatever, and not learning to pay attention to my body signals. So for me, the season of tracking at this point anyway is done, and I'm just going to continue going forward with everything, living the ketogenic lifestyle with listening to my body. And I'm still eating high fat, I'm still eating low carb, I'm still keeping it moderate protein, but I will keep you posted, and I do want to do more videos, more if this works out, I'll do more, but this is kind of my first attempt. So I hope you all have a great day, and if you like this or you have any suggestions, please like it, please share it, please comment. By all means, if you have any comments or suggestions or thoughts, I'm happy to hear them, and and go forward with that. So thanks for this little video, and we'll see how it turns out. Thanks. Bye.